Hey, howdy, hey y'all, Leanna here, and in today's edition of What's on the Porch, I am so excited. I have the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Rose Metals Palette. When I saw this on IG, I knew that I had to have it. It was so beautiful. The day it launched, I went to Sephora and ordered it. Super excited. Here's what the inner packaging looks like. The palette itself, it feels very sleek, and I love the little bit of detail that it has on it. Very, very nice. It feels very nicely made. On the inside, there's a mirror. I have not taken the cover off of it so that it doesn't blind you, and this is what the palette looks like. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to dig into this palette. It is just beautiful. I really like the size of this palette. It feels very good in your hand. It's not too big. It's not too small either, and the pan sizes in this palette is 200% bigger than what she normally has in her palettes. So that means that you get more product. And I also like that there are only 12 shades, because sometimes when you get those bigger palettes, it can be a little overwhelming trying to decide what shades you want to use or what kind of look you want to create. So with this palette, this way, it's a little bit easier, and if you look at it, you have 3 separate quads. There's lots of different looks that you can create, but you could just go quad by quad to create a look. And I also love that the palette is a mixture of cool tones and warm tones, and it has a lot of shimmers in it, which is really nice, because you could use any of these matte shades for transition, outer corner, and then you have lots of different options with all of the different shimmers. So normally I don't do swatches, but I'm going to attempt to swatch this one because it just is absolutely gorgeous. Also, as with all Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, they are cruelty free, and her palettes are free of all of the other things. The parabens, the phthalates, fragrance, oils, talc, alcohol. It's free of all of that stuff, which is really nice. So the first shade is Rose Quartz, and it is a metallic pink champagne with sparkly reflex. And then we have Royal, sparkling burgundy with pink reflex. Look at how pretty that is. And then we have Haze, which is a metallic silver gold with multi-dimensional reflex. Rose Fire, which is a metallic fiery copper. I didn't dig very deep into that one. There we go, that's better. Then we have Sun Rose, which is a matte peachy brown that has a little bit of sparkly reflex in it. And we have Nova, which is a metallic golden bronze. Oh my gosh. That also looks like it has a little bit of green to it. Then we have Heavenly, which is a metallic platinum gold. Element, which is a metallic rosy brown. Look at how beautiful that one is. And then we have Ashes, which is a matte grayish taupe. Dune, which is a matte rustic brown. Nocturne, which is a metallic gray stone. Oh, look at how pretty that one is. And the last one is Noble, which is a matte plum brown. Oh, those are so pretty. And I'm not the greatest swatcher, but those are just gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm so excited. Such a beautiful palette. This palette retails for $55, and I got mine off the Sephora website. I will link that down below just in case you're interested. So I'm going to start out by going into this shade here, which is Ashes, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. Using a big fluffy brush. I've already primed my eyes and set it, and I use the Gerard Cosmetics eye primer, which oddly enough is like it's liquid, so it's like a concealer. That's what it reminds me of. Already I'm loving this color, and you see how easily that blended. Anastasia Beverly Hills formulas are phenomenal. If you've never tried any, you should definitely try some of their palettes. Amazing. Look at how beautiful that is. And I love a good cool brown. This is definitely a nice cool brown. These shadows are very soft too, so you want to be careful picking them up on your brush. I'm going to pull my palette over and tap into my palette. One of the first adult, I say adult, eyeshadow palettes that I got was the Soft Glam palette. And I know that drugstore shadows are good. I have no problem with drugstore shadows. Used them all my life. But once I got a little bit better quality of shadow, I was like blown away. I could not believe the difference in how the shadows performed. As a matter of fact, when I was using drugstore shadows, I always just used the little applicator, the little sponge applicator that came with them. I never used a brush. I didn't start using brushes until I got a better quality palette. And I tried using the brushes with the drugstore shadows, and they didn't work very well with the brush. Look at how pretty that is. I love that. Love a cool tone brown. This reminds me of my favorite brown, and I can't think of the name of it right at the moment, that when I bought the singles from Makeup Geek, this reminds me of that color. It's just a beautiful, cool taupe, and I love it. Love it. Alright, so now I'm going to take a smaller brush, my little Luxie 231, and I'm going to go into Noble, which is this darker brown. It is an odd, like, it's, to me it looks cool and warm all at the same time. It's like, I don't know, I guess maybe because it kind of has some of that plum color to it, that kind of makes it look a little cool to me. And I'm going to put this on my outer corner and run it into my crease. And I have heard lots of good things about this palette, and most of what I have heard people say is that this is a good nighttime glam palette, and I know a lot of people don't like to wear smoky glam looks to work, but I do. So this palette will be an everyday palette for me. I will definitely use this palette to create looks to go to work. I mean, look at how easy. They just blend so easy. And I'm just going to take what's left on the brush and kind of run it under my eye. I may end up going a little darker than that, but so pretty. And I still have that patch. I have a patch right there that makeup just does not want to attach to. I don't know what's going on with that. And now I'm going to take this kind of flat brush and I'm going into that same shade, Noble. And I'm going to load that up, press it on my palette, and I just want to run that right along my lash line to make my lash line dark. And I think I will take what's left and just smoke out this lower lash. Now I'm going to go back into Ashes, pick up a little bit, and just make sure that I don't have an edge. Just want that to go almost all the way up to meet my brow. And I'm going to run it under my lower lash just to blend that out, smoke that out a little bit more. It's all about the blending, y'all. Blend, blend, blend. So pretty. You know, I had to throw a So Pretty in there somewhere. And now I'm going to go here into Haze. And on her website, she suggests doing that with your finger. So that is very soft in the pan. And she says to just pat it. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. That is beautiful. I love that so much. And now I'm going to get a smaller brush and go back into Noble and put some of that back in the outer corner. And then with what's left on the brush, just going to run it up in the crease to smooth out that edge. And now I'm going to take this little flat brush. This is a Angie Hot and Flashy, the A505. And I'm going to go here into Heavenly and put that on my inner lid. I may have gotten too much. Oh my gosh, look. Look at how pretty that is. It does look just like a metal, doesn't it? So pretty. And I'm going to put some of that in my inner corner. I do have a little bit of fallout, but fallout does not bother me. I tried to go into the pans really easy because I could tell when I was swatching them that they're very soft. So you don't want to dig into these hard, you just want to go in nice and easy. And I think I'll take that Heavenly shade on my little Moda detail brush and see if I can do a little highlight. I don't know if it'll show up. Now I'm going to take this Angie Hot and Flashy A506. It's a little concealer brush. I don't normally do a lot with concealers. I love this as a highlighter brush because I'm a rebel. I don't use things what they tell me. I do what I want to do. And I have a little bit of powdered foundation right here in front of me. A little Zow powdered foundation, and I'm just going to use that to clean up this edge here because I already have my foundation and bronzer and blush on, so I don't want to take a wipe to it. I just use a brush and some foundation to clean that up. Because I always go out too far when I'm putting my eyeshadows on. That's still out a little bit too far, but that's okay. I like it. Very pretty. And I can also take some of that and kind of go over the little sparkles and brush those away. That is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I see that this eye here still needs to be blended a little bit. So pretty. So pretty. I'm going to put on some eyeliner and some mascara, and I'll be right back. And so here's the final look. I did put on some false lashes. I used these Flirtatious Looks Girls Night Out. This is new, I believe. It came with a little glue liner. You just put it on like eyeliner and pop them on. I did have to trim them. I took about 2 little lashes off of the end of them, and they went on super easy. I did have a little bit of trouble with this corner, but that's my fault. I really like those. They're nice. And let's talk about this lip. When I ordered my palette, I got this little Give, I believe is what this is called, although that doesn't look like Give. Well, it kind of does, but it doesn't. Anyway, it's Gwen Stefano's new line, and this is in the shade Original Recipe. It's just a little sample. Super cute. Very, very creamy. It went on super easy. Love the shade. And I think it goes with my eye look very well. I love it. I can tell you that this is going to go on my vanity and will probably live there because it is beautiful. And look at these fall colors. I mean, you've got everything in here to do a fall color. And if you don't want just a neutral look, you could add some of this kind of rosy metallic to it. This shade here, even though on my monitor it looks a little gray, that has a little bit of a rose tint to it as well. You could get a lot of different looks out of this palette, and you can make them as dark and vampy as you want, or you could go in light. They are very pigmented, but if you went in with a light hand, you could definitely do some daytime looks. This look that I have on is my signature look. I love this look. I wear it quite often. Like I said, this color here reminds me of my favorite shade of Makeup Geek. So I'm very excited because they've gone out of business. I love this palette. I am so happy that I bought it. There have been several palettes that I have purchased lately that once I used them, I mean, they worked okay. I didn't have a problem with them, but I was like, I probably could have gone without that, but I am super stoked that I got this one. So thank you for hanging out with me and watching me do a look with the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Rose Metal Palette. Oh my gosh, she is a keeper. I absolutely love it. Before you go down in that corner there and show that like button some love. And as always, I'd like to remind you that makeup is meant to enhance the natural beauty that you already are. And we are all beautiful at any age and any size. Find something to be grateful for today. Pull your makeup out and play with it. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye. Christopher, do you need the Rose Metal Palette? Look at all of those metal shades in there. Like this looks like a nice steel type gray, and you know, the silvery color that I have on. You could do an eye look that would complement any fishing pole you have. You would be so fashionable. matching your fishing poles. You know how those couples that get married and they've been married a long time, they wear the matching outfits? You could do that with your fishing poles. You could match your fishing poles. So Mama highly recommends that you go out and you get this palette, okay? Mama loves you, boo.